this entire labor and delivery, when I say I took it like a G, well, guys, hello there, and welcome back to my channel. This is your girl, Naturally Nadira, and yes, there has not been an update, but when I tell you things escalated very quickly, and there was no room to film, no room for anything, because from that last video at 9:31 p.m. on Monday, July 26th, your girl was in labor, active labor, and here we are Wednesday, July 28th. So let's run this on back. If you are not subscribed, please be sure to subscribe. Tap that like, tap the like button, turn your notification bell on, because we have a baby. Baby girl's name is Harmony Love Jones. Harmony is here. She got here earthbound Monday, July 26th at 11:15 p.m. 11:15 p.m. So the last update that you guys had, I'm great, mommy's great. Oh, see, I told you, nails ghetto, judge your mama. Really, Harmony is good. So yeah, let's get into this little update. So from, like I said, that last video was at 9:31 Monday night, and I was getting ready to get my epidural. So again, in my head that day, I was not expecting to, one, be in preterm labor, two, actually have progressed to actively being in labor, and three, having her. Point blank period. You couldn't pay me and tell me that I was gonna have Harmony that day. Although God works in mysterious ways, because she is here. So after that, I got my epidural. It was not as bad as I thought it was. I think with me just having a pain tolerance of 0, and I'm a hypochondriac, so I think that everything is just like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. But this entire labor and delivery, when I say I took it like a G, I did very well. Like, I think Isaiah even said, and it made me feel really good about, made me feel good. It was just the fact that he was like, I thought you were going to fold. I thought you was going to break the whole time, but I really killed it. And I was just like, oh wow. So yes, I did get epidural. I did, but I got the epidural so late. Because by the time I got the epidural, I was 9 centimeters, but I just needed it, So got the epidural. Before I got it, they gave me, they had 30 minutes of me just strictly being on fluids. So they wanted to flush my system with fluids to get that actively going. And then as soon as I got the epidural, it kicked in immediately. Couldn't feel my butt, couldn't feel my legs, my toes. Everything was tingling. So got the epidural. However, it did, of course, lighten up that contraction feeling, but a lot of people say they feel that pressure in their back, like their tailbone, like feeling like that urge to use the bathroom. Mine was different. I felt all the pressure in the right side of my pelvis. Now, granted, that's where Harmony's head would, she was resting there all day. So it literally felt like a grapefruit, just stuck right here in this pelvis area, right down there. And it was, at times, it was beyond excruciating, but got through it. And by that time, my doctor came in. Just so happened she was on call, so I'm so happy. Dr. Zabo, she is amazing, and I'm just so happy she was able to deliver my baby. So once I got the epidural, it was like, you are 10 centimeters dilated, 100% effaced. It's time for you to push. So as she's getting the delivery team in there, and NICU team in there, I'm doing these little practice pushes and things like that, trying to get ready. And I am like, oh my God, this is happening. So of course you see all these videos of how to push and, you know, how does it feel? Like, does it feel like you're taking this bowel movement and things like that? And I can't explain it. I think the whole imagine like you're taking a poo, I don't think that's the right feeling. But I'm going to try to explain it the best way as possible, but wasn't giving me that at all. Because granted, with the epidural, I couldn't feel anything. So she's like, oh, I think it was more so like, I don't believe y'all that she's coming. And they're like, you know, inhale, you know, hold it for 10 seconds like you're under breath, like you're underwater. And it was just like, all right, push, 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 push. And it's just like, I'm pushing, but I don't feel like I'm doing anything. However, they're like, oh, there's her head, it's full of hair. But I'm like, bro, I don't feel like I'm doing absolutely anything. And then in the midst, you're doing 3 of those 10-second pushes. After the first one, honey, I'm talking about out of breath. And they're like, no, get back into it. I'm like, I hadn't even catch my breath yet. And at that point, laboring for almost, you know, 12 hours, you know, hadn't ate, didn't have nothing in me, a crumb, nothing. And, you know, it's just, I would compare it to you just having, for me, it literally was just a bad period times 100, because you're nauseous at that point. Nothing, like, you're just trying to fight through a cramp. And that's literally what it was. And as I was pushing, that sharp pain in that groin area was just like out of this world. It just flew by. Like at 10:40, I started to push. She was here at 11:15. Yeah, it was quick. I would be like, oh my God, if it was just terrible. It wasn't that bad. And that was it. And she's here, and I'm in love with her. And of course, Nikki was in there, so she was capable to breathe on her own. However, with being premature, the lungs aren't fully developed until about 37 weeks. So she had to get put on oxygen. Of course, they checked her heart, and all those things. You know, they wanted to be sure that she could have a bowel movement and things like that, eventually. But being that I already, prior to delivering, and based off her ultrasounds, there was some dilated bowels in her intestines and things like that. So we knew already coming in that there would be potential bowel obstruction with Harmony. And once she came out, it was either she might have had to have surgery or she may have not. So Harmony got transported that following morning, so Tuesday, July 27th, around 9:30 in the morning, to Children's Hospital because of the bowel obstruction, because she did have blockage. When I was pregnant, some part of blood didn't get to those specific organs when it came to her intestines. So basically, when she had her surgery yesterday, they, you know, did an incision above her navel, and they pulled out the intestines to kind of see where that blockage is. So they did the dye, where they shoot the dye through the rectum to see where that blockage is. And if they can't see it, then they have to go from the top and check to see where that blockage is. And she was so backed up that they ended up having to do the surgery. And when they did the surgery, like I said, they had these little dead, you know, basically like dead spots on the intestines. And being that she is so premature, and at 33 weeks, we know it's kind of like bittersweet. Like, we know that her organs still need to develop. So they basically, you know, detached the intestines. And so now she has a colostomy bag, and it's temporarily. She has to have that for 6 weeks. So she will be in NICU for about 2.5, roughly 3 months, before we're able to take her home. However, during that time of her gaining weight, her organs fully developing, those intestines will then, of course, grow and develop. And then when it's that time after the 6 weeks, they'll make sure that, you know, they properly developed, and then they can, you know, basically match them back up again and then remove the colostomy bag. So it is a lot to take in for a newborn, being less than 12 hours to immediately getting, you know, transported to Children's Hospital in the ambulance and having this not massive surgery, but a pretty big surgery, and you're not even a whole day old. You know what I'm saying? So as a mom, you know, earning your mommy stripes of pushing out a baby out your hoo-ha, that's one. And being able to see your baby with tubes and IVs and incisions and feeding tubes and all this stuff is just like out of this world. But Harmony is the most precious, beautiful, just, oh my God. I'm like, when people are just like, oh my God, I never knew I could be this in love. And it's just like, wow, I'm a mom and I'm in love with her. She's just freaking awesome. She's just freaking awesome. So cannot wait to see her today. Today is my discharge day. Again, it's Wednesday, July 28th. And it's around, what time is it? It's about to be, it's like 10:15, I think. I don't know, roughly. And I'm about to get discharged from the hospital. As far as me and, oh, let's show the postpartum. Is that what everyone does? Don't mind my background. The doctors come in, you know, they push on your stomach to make sure that you're bleeding properly and things like that. So this is postpartum. This is my belly. That is my belly. Belly, belly, belly. And yeah, so I did tear slightly, and I did get stitches. I have not had, you know, they always ask like, hey, do you need Motrin? Do you need anything? Like, do you need any pain pills? And I have just been, this is not to toot my own horn, but you know, everyone's different, but it's just like, I have not had any complications, any like severe pain and things like that. My bleeding has been, you know, right on track where it needs to be. And even now I'm not bleeding as heavy. And so as far as like my uterus being firm and starting to get back in place and things like that, everything is good. This morning, being that I do have to start, I'm so early in my, you know, well, not pregnancy, but being that I did have preterm labor, my milk hadn't came in yet. So now it's very, very vital that Harmony gets breast milk while she's in NICU and gets bottle fed. However, I've been pumping, you know, trying to get my little liquid gold. So I be getting like a little dry, just a little bit. So they said by day 5 it should start coming in. So just been doing that and pumping then makes the uterus cramp. So I'm now officially starting to get those. Basically, it feels like a period cramp. I'm getting that, and you know, the hoo-ha is starting to get some feeling back. And yeah, but besides that, Nadir is good. Like I said, I'm on my way to go see Harmony in a minute to go check out how she's doing post-surgery. And yeah, I will update you guys. So again, sorry for that big old chop cut gap of missed information, but look, mama had to bring her baby earthbound, and there was just no room to grab a camera to talk to y'all. But just know Harmony Love Jones is here. She is 4 pounds 4 ounces, 17 inches long, and she's the most beautifulest thing in the world. She is. And she was born July 26th at 11:15 p.m. baby. So yeah, super excited. You guys stay tuned. Love you guys. Thank you for all the support. And yeah, always remember to what? Be you to the fullest. And remember to smile, because we have a baby. Super excited. So yeah, stay tuned. Love you guys.